Hey people, it's Niaz talking. Yes, it's happened again. Agent Orange is now waging war on the US economy. Now, Trump has unleashed a new round of tariffs equal to $200 billion on China. Now, here is an article from Business Insider, and it begins all pain, no gain. Trump's latest round of tariffs is already getting blasted by lawmakers and business groups. President Donald Trump announced tariffs on roughly $200 billion worth of Chinese goods will go into effect September 24th. The tariffs will hit a wide range of industrial and consumer goods, so they'll hit the average man in the street, not just manufacturing. The escalation of the US China trade war drew criticism from Democrats, Republicans, and many business groups. The complaints warned that tariffs will ultimately hurt US consumers and businesses due to cost increases for key goods. President Donald Trump's decision to impose tariffs on another $200 billion worth of Chinese goods drew a swift rebuke from lawmakers on both sides of the aisles and business groups. Trump announced May that the U.S. Trade Representative will begin to impose a 10% tariffs on Chinese goods ranging from food to fabrics to industrial chemicals. The tariffs will increase to 25% on January 1st, 2019, unless the U.S. and China agree on a trade deal. The escalation of the US-China trade war was quickly criticized by both Republicans and Democrats, along with many business groups. All the critics centered on economists warning that the tariffs will ultimately harm US businesses and consumers by raising prices on imported goods from China. Additionally, concerns about China's retaliatory action on US agricultural goods popped up from farmers groups. Here's a rundown of the criticism from lawmakers, business groups, and conservative interest groups. Senator Heidi Heitkamp, Democrat, North Dakota. The reckless escalation of the administration's trade war is having serious consequences for rural America, which is already suffering from the uncertainty and low commodity prices caused by the disruption to our markets, Heitkamp said. Representative Kevin Brady. Actually, let me just go back to this. This was from North Dakota. And you know how the farms that she obviously represents in North and South Dakota, in North Dakota, I mean, a lot of that land was taken from the Sioux, so they didn't get it legitimately anyway. So it's funny. What do you call it? The way the economic cycle works, these farms that were stolen and worked for a profit for all this time are now going to go broke. Interesting how that works. Oh well. Representative Kevin Brady, Representative Texas, chair of the House Ways and Means Committee. Anytime tariffs are imposed, I worry that Americans will be forced to pay extra costs. In this case, on nearly half of U.S. imports from China, Brady said. I continue to emphasize that the ultimate means to create an effective outcome is for President Trump and President Xi to engage constructively to develop a long-term and profound solution that levels the playing field for American manufacturers, farmers, and workers. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Trump can't get on with anybody. What do you call it? If he goes to have a meeting with him, the only thing he'll ask, the first thing he'll probably ask is where are his noodles? You know, he'll mistake the Chinese premier for the guy who runs his local Chinese restaurant. The National Retail Federation. Every time this trade war escalates, the risk to U.S. consumers grows. With these latest tariffs, many hardworking Americans will soon wonder why their shopping bills are higher and their budgets feel stressed. Matthew Shea, president and CEO of the NRF, said. So, according to this, Trump is now dumping on the forgotten man, the one he said in his speech around inauguration 2017. Okay. National Association of Manufacturers. No one wins in a trade war, and manufacturing workers are hopeful the administration's approach will quickly yield results. Now is the time for talks, not just tariffs. Manufacturers have laid out a blueprint to reset the US-China commercial relationship that will result in ending China's unfair and anti-competitive behavior, Jay Timmons, NAM's president and CEO, said. Consumer Technology Association. Today's retaliatory tariffs are and not an ineffective trade policy. It may violate U.S. law. Well, it's not like he cares. Congress has given the president or the U.S. Trade Representative a blank check to pursue a trade war. Gary Shapiro, CTA's president and CEO, said. These new retaliatory tariffs ran afoul of the carefully tailored provisions of the Trade Act of 1974, which require any actions to be the scope of the Section 301 investigation. We urge the administration to reconsider its misguided approach of increasing tariffs, as they are directly paid for by American companies and consumers. Well, this is the thing. Trump has gone bankrupt several times, and he's never had to pay the price of his reckless policies. You know, someone else always picks up the tab, whether it's his, what's the word? Contractors who get stiffed, or Japanese banks. He doesn't care. So, Americans for farmers and families. As trade tensions escalate and our ability to sell our goods to major markets diminishes, we're having to make long-term business decisions that could affect our farms for generations. Casey Guernsey, a second-generation spokesman for AFF, said many family farmers are cancelling new projects, selling their equipment and livestock, and even thinking about closing their operations entirely. Again, many of these farmers voted for Trump. Oh well. Well, you can't help those who don't want to be helped. Freedom Partners Conservative Lobbying Group. These tariffs are all pain, no gain for American businesses. Sorry folks, I'm a bit tired. American businesses and workers. Countless American employers weighed in on this idea during the comment period and told the administration these tariffs will be job killers. Unfortunately, these pleas have fallen on deaf ears. Nathan Nascimento, Freedom Partners Executive Vice President, said, "Okay, so there you have it. Trump does not care that the people he claims to be helping have told him, stop, this isn't going to help, it's going to make the situation worse. Trump is now just like a dictator. He just does whatever he wants, I suppose." Okay, so Trump should make a new slogan. He said, "Let's make America broke again." Actually, I don't think America's ever been truly broke, so let's just make America broke. Anyway, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. I'll leave the PayPal in the description if you want to support this channel. If you have any suggestions for stories that you would like me to cover, just leave them in the description. Thanks, family.